Hello everyone, it's Lottie from Cancer is a Lifestyle. So guess what? I just woke up from a nap. Don't tell anybody. It's funny how a few days can make a huge difference. Just the last time I spoke to you, I was telling you how just what a horrible month it's been, or it seemed like it, like just things have not been working out. And yeah, it's kind of blah blah. But these last 3 days or so, I've actually found some time to kind of just kind of um, sit back and some alone time, and where I can just get caught up and crochet on things. And so, a couple days, things change, and suddenly you're not as stressed or anything. I even took a nap today. I mean, look at that. It has been raining, cats and dogs. Yesterday, I am telling you, I could literally hear the rain on the roof. It was just, I thought to myself, it's like spring or something. It's pouring rain. Today, it's been mixed with some sleet, with some snow, so it's kind of like, but it's been wet. And what does rain do? It just makes you sleepy. So I have taken the last couple days and kind of started, doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So just kind of, I feel productive when I can kind of check off some things on the list. And but I did it in a very leisurely way, you guys. I was binge watching YouTube and Netflix and even my local PBS channel, for any of these that I like to watch. A lot of period, a lot of Victorian period era shows or movies that I love to watch. So I did make a couple plans. Whatever bags that I had. I didn't want to be so loaded up with bags like before, where it took me like several days to prepare the plan. So I did get some balls ready. I also, oops, I just dropped something. I also ended up getting my scrap balls that I had a couple scrap balls, and I ended up making my Frankenstein granny squares where, for one of my 12 cast-ons, and it's just going to be all scraps, and they're all going to be ugly looking. That's why we're going to call them Frankenstein. But I am going to put these together, and actually I am thinking that, look at this little crazy stuff, that I have just about enough now. I think that I can start putting them together. And if you remember, I am going to be using the navy blue background for this. So I'm really excited. I am just going to do a random. I'm going to pull out a number. I'm going to put all these in a bag right now, whatever I have. And I'm going to pull out a number, like whatever number I pull out, 1 through 10. And then I'm just going to let's say I pull out 10, I'm just going to do every 10th square. And whatever comes out, that's what I'm going to join. And whatever pattern's going to come out, that's what's going to come out. So because I have quite a bit done now, and I think it's going to look great. I love making these granny squares, you guys. These are all scraps, and I'm really excited about this project. I'm going to be making 2 of them, and if you remember, I am going to be making one with just the regular granny square with the scrap, and the other ones are going to be smaller, and it's going to be solid granny squares. So yes, it's going to be 2 blankets, but they're both going to be done joined with the navy blue. So I'm really excited. And I think I have enough now where I can start binding, kind of putting them together and seeing what kind of blanket, how the blanket's going to look. Oh wait, I found some more granny squares. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do now is as I get the scraps, I'm just going to make them as I go. So far, I know that some of you are like, what in the world? How is this going to look? But I think it's going to look fantastic once you put it together. I have this vision. In my head, it looks fantastic. When you're looking at this in real life, in real time, it looks kind of messed up. That's why we're calling it Frankenstein. So the other thing I did is another way I use up my scraps, I make twiddle muffs. And I made a couple that I'm going to be sending out to the Heritage Home Senior Center in Normal, Illinois. I've donated quite a few times over there I've donated the last several twiddle muffs that I made, and look at, I just put all kinds of crazy stuff, crazy stuff on it. That's the whole point of a twiddle muff. You just use crazy stuff. And if you are not familiar with the twiddle muff, it is for Alzheimer and dementia patients, and where, oops, I got it caught here, where they twiddle with these. They pull on it, and it's supposed to help their sensory. So I don't know. So you just kind of put up all kinds of things and textures and feels and excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. I didn't want to sneeze while I'm doing recording, because you know what? Sneezing is not pretty, and it's not even nice to hear, okay? It's just a mess. So the whole point is that, you know, you use different textures. Last time I've used like even scrubby yarns. I used rough yarns, different textures, what they call eyelash yarn. I've used all kinds of yarns that would be, that they could feel and touch. But this time, like I said, look at some of the things that I used. I even have like a key, an old key that I attached. I know, it's crazy, right? And again, do you see? It's just different. Some are rougher. Some are twiddle muffs are great if you have scrap yarn and you don't know what to do with. It's just another. Let me move this away from it, because you're going to see all the crazy things that I used. And that's what it's really good for. Just, you see, like old curlers. I've attached that. Yes, I did. Beads, buttons. And here's one more. Look at this one. Bells. So all of this is going to go, like I said, to the Heritage Senior Center. There's an old granny square that I just attached it to here for them to play with. Yep. So let's see, what else do I have? Oh yeah. So also, hold on a second, let me get that. Okay, I know this sounds crazy because Christmas is over and everything, but I was really late in taking down my Christmas decorations. Not that I had a lot anyway this year, but it took me a while. I still have my Christmas tree in the corner. I have this little fiber optic Christmas tree that's sitting behind the couch right now where nobody can see it. But I still have to put that away. But here's my Christmas cards. And I still have it's all messed up because I have the tape is still on them because I just took them off. I had them all up on my railing going upstairs. And this is what we do every year. And I've mentioned this before last year. So I took them down and I save them. And I save the cards. Where normally what I do is I rip in half. And I keep the side that has people's names on it. And we put it in a pile on our kitchen table. And, you know, you say grace before your meal. Or at least I hope you do. Or if you do, I'm not sure. We would pull one out and we would pray for them. Right before our meal. This year I've decided to, because I have a prayer journal actually that I've started sometime last year, and if I would see that someone was requesting prayers on social media, or if I would run into someone, I would just write a quick prayer in the prayer journal for them, and I've just been doing that. This time I've decided that I am going to, and I have all of them, I have my whole stack, I am going to pray for each person that sent me this in my prayer journal, because these are real close people to me, or there are people that I know and took the time to send me a card, I am going to pray individually, more of a personal prayer for them in my prayer journal. And it's just, something different. Um, but this tradition that we have, where we pray over our cards, even our thank you cards throughout the year, we've been doing that for a long time. It was suggested by one of the pastors that I listened to. They're his podcast. I don't even remember who it was, and we've been doing this for years. And we do the same thing with birthday cards or anything. If you send us a card or anything, letter, we just put it in the pile. But I think this year I'm going to add all of these people in my own personal prayers for them in my prayer journal. So yeah, that's what I was kind of doing. So have you ever sent me a card or even a letter or a little anything? You are in my prayer journal, you guys. But anyway, I am enjoying these last couple days of just some relaxations in the quiet. It is so relaxing. I don't know what it is about rain, but it's a real soothing kind of a noise. And very, to just kind of even read a book. I was reading my devotional the other day, and it was just so relaxing. Just quiet, silence, and catching up on some of these little projects that, maybe don't seem like a lot or anything, but you know what? I enjoyed myself a lot. So I hope that you will find some time to do some of the things you like to do, whatever that may be, whether you're, scrapbooking or you're crafting in any way. There's so many different crafting options out there to try. And let me tell you, the more I watch all of you and what you're doing, even if it's something like gardening, I just want to do it too, because it's so obvious how much you enjoy doing it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, and I will see you soon. Okay, take the time for yourself. All right, bye bye.